Yo, what's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, with an interesting fact. Check out InterestingFacts.com. Man, they got some interesting facts. And I know I can't read them all on this podcast, but, do your best. Try to get through them all and sign up for their newsletter. It's cool, I tell you. It's cool. Today on the program, 6 stories behind everyday symbols. How many symbols do you see in a day? I mean, not just fast food, trucks going by, symbols. Every single day you are inundated with symbols, branding. Oh my goodness. Even I got a brand. Right up there. I got the KeysDAN logo there. Right here, there's my 4 different logos, the Radio What, the Karaoke by KeysDAN, the Video Dance Party, and another little KeysDAN logo, and the DJLittleRock.com, and my phone number there. Yeah. So there's symbols around us every day. But here's 6 stories behind everyday symbols. InterestingFacts.com. From the peace sign to the recycling logo, certain symbols are so recognizable that additional words aren't necessary. But while most people understand the gist of the message these icons are meant to convey, many don't know the history behind their creation. Here are 6 stories behind the meanings of some everyday symbols. Number 1, the peace sign. The peace sign is now universally understood to express harmony and goodwill, but its origins stem back to a very specific movement. British artist Gerald Holtham, working with Direct Action Committee Against Nuclear War, designed the symbol in 1958 to promote the idea of nuclear disarmament. The peace icon made its debut that same year during Easter weekend march in England to protest the use of nuclear weaponry. The symbol's design is based on how one would express the letters N and D for nuclear disarmament using semaphore, a method of visual communication that traditionally uses flags or lights. The straight downward line at the symbol's center represents D in semaphore, whereas the angled lines coming off the center line reflect the shape of N. Though the peace sign has since been used more generally by anti-war groups, the logo remains staunchly anti-nuke at its core. Peace. I like that. The recycling symbol, number 2. Recyclable. We can thank Gary Anderson for the modern recycling symbol. As a senior at the University of Southern California in 1970, Anderson submitted his design to a contest promoting environmental awareness. The symbol Anderson used in his design is a Mobius loop, named for August Ferdinand Mobius, one of 2 German mathematicians who independently discovered the properties of the strip in 1858. With each one of the 3 twisting arrows possessing a deeper meaning. The first arrow represents the collection of recyclable materials, while the next is meant to convey repurposing those materials into a newly manufactured product. And the last arrow symbolized the purchase of those brand new items. Modern updates to the recycling logo feature a number at its center. Each of those numbers, from 1 to 7, represent a code regarding what materials can be recycled. A 1 refers to single-use plastics, whereas a 7 is used for everything from bulletproof materials to sunglasses. Pretty cool. Recyclable. Number 3, gender icons. Male or female. For centuries, the male with the circle with the arrow and the female, the circle with the plus underneath, had represented the concepts of male and female in the world of science, long before these icons had anything to do with biology. However, they were used throughout ancient cultures such as Greece and Rome. The male symbol corresponded to the Greek god Ares, Mars in Roman mythology, whereas the female symbol was tied to the Greek goddess Aphrodite, Venus in Rome. The association between the gods and those symbols came about because of metals used to forge weaponry, whereas Ares represents iron, Thuros, and Aphrodite representing copper, Phosphoros. Over time, the Greek words for the metals were written in shorthand using the symbols that we now use to convey gender. The symbols first played a role in biological research in 1751 when the father of modern taxonomy, Carl Linnaeus, adopted and used the icons to refer to the gender of flowers in his dissertation Plantae Hybridae. Many scientists, therefore, followed Linnaeus' footsteps, with those symbols later extending to human genetics. In recent decades, new symbols have been created based on those centuries-old designs in order to be more inclusive of those who don't identify as male or female. Symbols. Man, I see those symbols all the time. And then I see them mixed up. I think that means something with a gender, more inclusive gender thing. But excellent. Number 4, something I use every day, the Bluetooth. Anyone who owns a smart device is well aware of its Bluetooth capabilities. But both the word Bluetooth and its logo have meanings that predate modern technology by centuries. Bluetooth was first used in 10th century Denmark, a kingdom ruled by King Harald Gormson, who was nicknamed Harold Bluetooth. Though there are still debates to the origins of this moniker, many scholars believe it reflects the fact that one of Harold's teeth was rotten and bluish. In 1996, employees from Intel, Ericsson, and Nokia met to discuss the implementation of the technology that would become Bluetooth. Intel's Jim Kardach initially suggested the name Bluetooth as a placeholder, as the companies hoped to unite the PC and cellular industries in a method similar to the way that the king had united the tribes of Denmark. The name stuck, and the Bluetooth symbol was designed to represent Harold's initials in the younger Futhark runic alphabet. Hagel is that kind of looks like the asterisk, with Jarkin, which just looks like a B. So Harold Bluetooth is in the design of Bluetooth, the symbol. Cool stuff. Number 5, the rod of Asclepius. I'm going to go with Asclepius. Maybe we can get a quick, let's see. Asclepius. Come on. Is there a pronunciation? Can we get a pronunciation up in here? No? Oh, well. Usually I can look it up real quick. Asclepius, the rod of Asclepius, depicting a single snake wrapped around a staff, serves as a symbol of modern medicine. The image dates back to the legend of Asclepius, I hope I'm saying that correctly, who was considered a renowned doctor in ancient Greek myth. Snakes were revered as divine creatures in Greek culture, and according to the mythology, Asclepius is said to have been taught the secrets of medicine by a snake that he healed. Asclepius' legacy remains strong as the image now adorns the logo's major global medicinal groups such as the World Health Organization, the WHO. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's ancient Greek. Another similar symbol used by various medicinal organizations is the caduceus. That's the one with the 2 snakes. I had a T-shirt like that. Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off had originally was wearing a shirt that had the caduceus on it, so I had to have that shirt. So I had one too, which is, okay, back to the text, which is associated with the messenger god Hermes, slightly more ornate and symmetrical than the rod of Asclepius. The caduceus features 2 snakes wrapped around a staff, with a pair of wings emanating from the orb at the top of the staff. The caduceus has been used as the logo of the U.S. Army Medical Corps since 1902. How about that? And finally, number 6, the barber's pole. Okay, I've seen it. I've seen a barber's pole. What does it mean? Few symbols are more recognizable than a barber's pole. This spinning red, and white cylinder is hard to miss. Wait a minute. It's red, white, and blue. Okay. It's hard to miss and serves as a shining beacon for a place to get a haircut. Historically, however, it also signified a spot where people could have medical procedures done. The barber's pole reflects a time when barbers not only cut hair, but performed medical operations such as bloodletting. Prior to the barber pole, barbers would place bowls of blood in their window to advertise their bloodletting capabilities, though that act was prohibited by a 1307 law in London. Hence, the barber's pole was born. Okay, so you're not allowed to put blood in your window since 1307, but the pole's okay still. All right, the barber's pole was born, and it has remained a popular symbol ever since. The color red represents blood, whereas the white reflects the bandages used to stop the bleeding. In America, you'll also notice that the barber poles also have the color blue, in addition to the traditional red and white found throughout Europe. One theory is that the blue represents the veins that were cut during bloodletting. Another idea is that the addition of blue was simply a patriotic symbol. It's a patriotic statement. Yeah. America. 6 symbols. That's pretty cool. I like learning stuff. Hope you like learning stuff too. Stick around for more. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. That's it for this edition of KeysDAN Show. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace.